Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the Influencer episode number 3. Today we have a special guest. We're going to review his channel live. He is here with us. So I'm going to bring him on in just a second. Guys, if you are watching, please drop your channel links in the comments below. Maybe I'll check it out. But anyways, guys, this is the Influencer, my reaction and channel review. If you don't know who I am, my name is Joey Ramos. I run this YouTube called Knockeye. It has more than 100,000 subscribers. And so I want to help you out and review your channel and give you some tips and stuff like that on how you can grow. Just some basic advice from someone who actually has 100,000 subscribers. So no, I am not like those crazy CEO people who claim to know everything, but they don't really have a channel to prove it. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for joining. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce my friend. He is going to show us his channel and we're going to look it over. He's going to share with us what's his vision for his channel. What is up, man? How are you? Please state your name and what your channel is about.
All right, my name is Ahmad. My channel is The Late Gamer and it's a gaming channel. I initially started out as a boss fight channel, but it kind of got stale, so I changed my format to like a montage plus memes format. And now I changed it to a playthrough format, but I added my own twist in it. Usually, I'm very awkward when it comes to providing commentaries while playing the games at the same time. So what I did was I recorded the game and I added a script later on, and I used the Balabolka app to include an AI voice so that it becomes another character in the game which I converse with.
Interesting. So it's like an AI, like a character that's AI, like he kind of responds to you.
No,
If I'm understanding correctly,
it's just a computer generated voice. It's just a computer generated voice, and I created a script. It's like how do I say this? It's like I converse with him as if I'm playing with him at the same time, but it's just a scripted. It's scripted.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
I see what you mean. Okay, so that's kind of, is that the content you're creating right now on your channel?
Yeah, and people seem to like it because it's sort of we are roasting each other in the game, but but technically I'm just roasting myself.
So let's check it out. Let's pull up your channel right now. Let's see what it's all about. Let me look at it. Let me get the link actually.
Yeah.
So guys, we're gonna pull up his channel. We're gonna take a look at it. And question, you said you originally started with what type of content, but then you switched over. What was the original content that you said you started with?
Boss fights. Gaming boss fights.
Like, what is that? Boss fights? Is that
when you fight the bosses in the games?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a sec. Guys, I have a few people. Can you send the link? We might have one join. Let me pull you up. Where are you? Cool. So, okay, I have your channel here. And then let me see. We have a person that's going to join us too. Let me send the link to him. If he's watching, how are you, sir? If you're watching, Jimmy, how are you? Okay. So I have your channel here. We're going to share the screen. Share screen. Okay, so before I share it, so again, so with what you do with the type of content that you create, what's your goal for the channel? Like, is your goal to get 1,000 subscribers, 2,000?
Well, my primary goal is just to make people enjoy what I'm creating, because I try to create contents in which I myself enjoy watching. And of course, I know that we shouldn't chase for subs and all that, but deep down, whenever we gain a new sub, we always feel that happiness inside us.
It's true. It's true. And I feel like everybody wants subscribers, but I think the way you approach it is you have to be genuine in the content that you create in order to get real subscribers, because you can get sub for sub. A lot of people do that on those Facebook pages.
But I don't do stuff.
Like, let's say you get 1,000 sub for sub. Does that mean they're gonna like watch you? Do they even care about what you do? So I just feel like there's no point in doing sub for sub.
Correct.
It's better to just do like really good content. But anyways, I have your page here. Let me pull it up. At stream. Okay, this is your page, The Late Gamer. So late, does that mean late at night?
No, actually, when I first created the name, it's just because I play games later than everyone else. I mean, I haven't even played some games from 2017 and 2018, so that's where the name comes in.
Cool. So, all right. So this description says, like funny, entertaining edits to go along with the gaming video you're watching. Look no further. Huh. Okay. You started this in 2017. You have 7,000 views. So the first thing that I always do, and I always do this, is I go to your top videos. So this is your top video, 2K, and that was a month ago. Question before I even click it. Is this organic or you pushed it out?
No, that video is, I used an ad for that video. So I'm not really proud of that. But other videos, I don't do ads. It's organic. Only for that 2.4,
doing organic for now. Is this one organic?
Yes.
Cool, let's see.
But it's kind of NSFW.
NSFW, what does that mean?
I mean, it's an out of context kind of. Anyway, just play it.
Okay. So here we go. This is his top video on his channel. It has 992 views. We are going to play it. The length is 1 minute and 30 seconds. Quick question. Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear everything? Valentin Lopez, can you hear? All right, let me keep playing.
Almost be time for a nap. Fancy joining me at the tavern for a bit? You're still up? I'm getting sleepy. Seize the day. What's the hurry? Come on, let's get moving. Relax. Don't make me wait too long, though. Why not keep me company for a while? There'll be plenty of time for work later. Now, I can see how hard you've been working today. Let me think of a way to reward you. Oh. I'm just teasing. Think of 1,000 wins. I can be your teacher, your master, or your friend. Or all three if you want. Please, I cannot let my peers hear about this. それとも先輩？友達？どれでもいいわよ。Let me tell you a secret. It's a secret of my past, and I confide in you to keep it. As a matter of fact, okay. It's time to subscribe. It's time to subscribe to the Late Gamer channel. Okay.
Guys, like the video said, go subscribe.
Yeah, I just made it out as a joke. It's just a joke video, so yeah.
Guys, this is crazy insane. So, wow. Okay. So, question for this. You created this whole thing? Like you added the voiceovers, or did you grab this from a show?
Yeah, it's a game where I edited it and I made sure the dialogues in the game are positioned in such a way that it looks like the girl is
So then did you create the script? Hey Slim Jammer, I see you. You're in the waiting room. You'll come on soon.
Yeah.
Say that again. Is it a script or something?
No. It's
like, did you make that and script it yourself?
No. All the dialogues are in the game. It's just that I shifted it around to make it into a situation where the girl is flirting with the guy. But but in actual, in reality, the dialogues don't work like that. I mean, the dialogues are just harmless in nature. It's not, it's safe in nature, but I just
All right.
shifted
So
it.
here's some
Yeah.
title suggestions. I think this is great. I think in order for it to increase the views, I would figure out how to get Google to share this more or get people to click on it. I think since you switched things around, you could say, I switched. You could say something in your title where you say, I switched this around, or I switched, what's her name? Lisa One? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Just Lisa.
Well, what's the name of this game or show?
Genshin Impact. It's stated in the title.
Okay,
Genshin Impact.
something like
Yeah.
I made an edit switch on Genshin Impact, and I made her say, something where you actually tell the people what you actually did in the title description, so that when they find your video, they click it and they get what they expect. You know what I mean?
All right. Yep, I get it. Yep. I totally get it.
Just more specific on what exactly you did. I would say try those on the title. Try different words. Try different things like that on the title. And then your thumbnail. Where is your thumbnail? Okay, so we do most popular. I mean, I feel like that's a good thumbnail. I mean, it's pretty decent. It says what it is. Or if you know how that part where she's very provocative, try to find more of like this, a more sexually picture.
Yeah.
I think
I'll try to do that.
But let's say hi to Slim Jammer. I'll bring you in. You can say hi. We're reviewing the Late Gamers channel, though. But
Hey,
just,
man.
you want to say hi? Let's get to meet you. So, guys, we have another channel that's going to get reviewed right now here on the live. Right now, we're going to introduce him. He's going to come on and just say hello. Tell us what your channel is about. And we're going to all kind of hang out right now. So, without further ado, Slim Jim Jammer, if I said that correctly. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Man.
Thanks for having me.
Hi.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, my channel. I'm a pretty new to YouTube. I started up in the end of the summer, and I'm personally a comedian from Brooklyn, New York. And my channel mixes a little bit of my stand-up comedy and trying to relate it to YouTube, doing some comedic commentary and talking about a variety of different subjects.
That's cool.
Okay, and you just started it in the summer. How is it doing in views and in subscribers? How is it picking up?
Yeah, it's been doing pretty good. I've been trying to connect more with like the YouTube community personally, engaging with other creators like you guys, and going on to farms and places like that. But it's definitely started to be picking up, and it's really enjoyable for sure.
Nice, man. So let's pull it up. Can you do me a favor and make this way easier? Can you just drop the link into the private chat here in this page?
Sure, yeah.
I think you could drop links in here.
Yeah, give me a second.
And I actually want to continue with Ahmad. Is that how I say your name? Is it Ahmad?
Yeah, it's correct.
Ahmad. All right, so back to your channel here, you have. Okay, so we have that one. I think your thumbnails are great. Question: where was I gonna see? How? So you promoted this one. How did that one do when you promoted it?
Yeah, it didn't do good. I mean, yeah, sure, I got the views, but the retention time dropped very badly. So yeah.
You get the views. See, that's interesting. Oh, that's actually one of the tricks. Is the main thing that from what I've noticed on my channel that really helps a lot. There's so many metrics, so many numbers out there, but I think the main thing that really, really, the 80-20 rule, the 80% that gets, no, the 20% that gets 80% of the results. would be titles,
All right.
the thumbnail, and then finally the retention. So like when I create a video and I see that it has 30% retention or 40% retention, I already know it's going to get pushed up. Google will just start promoting it through Google searches, or people will start to see it in the recommended area. And another thing, just because people subscribe doesn't mean they're going to see your video.
That's true.
Google
Yeah.
doesn't even push it out there. There's some videos. I have 100,000 subscribers. If I push it and it's not a good video, I'll probably get 30 out of my 100K. Only 30 people will see it because it's all based off of those three metrics: the impression, the retention rate, which is what you were saying. Is that
Yep.
is that?
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
But yes. And this is the one that you promoted. And why did you promote this? Just wondering.
It's just I wanted to experiment with the promotion stuff. Just as an
With the
experiment.
views, so like an
Yeah.
experiment.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's good. That's actually really good. It helps a lot to like see where people are clicking and how people engage with your content.
Yep.
Cool, man. So I got another link over here, another channel. So you do comedy, right? Like comedy skits,
So it's not skits; it's commentary.
commentary.
Yeah, and it's a variety. Like I do story times. I have done some opinion stuff for movies. Again, it's one of those things where I haven't fallen purely into a niche yet, but it's all been like a certain style.
Interesting. So you haven't like fell into like a specific niche? Is that
Yeah, other than I would say again being like my presentation style and it being comedic and commentary. I'm talking about like a wide variety of topics.
That's kind of interesting because in the beginning, I think that's always a smart idea to not like officially make yourself a niche channel yet, because you don't know you don't know what's gonna hit or what you're gonna create yet, unless you're 100% sure know what you're gonna do as a channel. But I think because for me it was like that too. Like I kind of adjusted over time and I became a niche.
Yeah, for me, personally, I enjoy creating. I enjoy presenting on a variety of things. The same way I feel like at this point, I've kind of just been letting the flow take me. I've been engaging with friends of mine and family and on the internet and trying to figure out from one, going through old material that I have and seeing what kind of translates to the internet, and at the same time, just what do I feel like, what do people want to see, and what's going to be interesting for myself and for the audience.
Nice. I like that approach. Usually a lot of people just say, I'm going to create what I want to create and that's it. But when it comes to YouTube, you do have like that audience that guides the content for sure. But I have your channel. Cool. So we're here. Guys, this is Slim Jim Jammer. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Slim Jim Jammer. It looks like a pool. You're right there, really excited. You're drinking a blue drink. It looks funny. Okay, about Brooklyn comedian shares stories on the web. Okay, cool. So usually I go to the most popular. 13 years. El Rodeo. Is this like a short skit you did?
Yeah, so if you look, I have some old videos that I had done back when I was in college many years ago and uploaded. And I only reapproached YouTube now, again, like I said recently. So my old videos had accumulated views over the years. I hadn't even realized until I restarted. And I was like, oh, cool, yeah. So one of them was a music video and one was a documentary I'd done, both for class.
Yeah, man. That's the cool thing about YouTube is that you always get views. Like it comes in forever. And when a lot of people think about like monetizing YouTube, they think about like getting money. But if people approach YouTube like a long-term investment, like something 10 years, then I think people will get it on how to create. It's like create for the long term. But that's pretty cool. Rating the. So these are the ones you just started this summer, right? I feel like.
Yeah.
These are pretty cool. Great thumbnails, very poppy. Storytime tales from the tour bus. Tour guide, right?
Yeah, so that's my day job up until the the pandemic was New York City tour guide. So I've like I haven't gone into actually start doing, which I think would be popular, like on location New York City tours. But I had some stories about just wild occurrences as a tour guide.
Cool. So which one do you want me to watch? Should I pick one, or you want to tell me which one?
It's up to you. There are ones that are more comedic, and there are ones that are more, so I've done some animations in some of them. Some of them have maybe more memes and things like that.
Cool, man. Well, I like your intro already. It's pretty cool. It's pretty different.
You're back here at Slim
Great
Jim
shot. Look at that. The
channel.
lights, you in the middle.
My guy.
Great intro. Unique.
Another fantastic set of New York City stories for you. Something I get requested quite often. You don't know me personally. Before all of this coronavirus wildness, I used to be a New York City tour guide. I still am, I suppose. If tourism ever does decide to rear its head.
Cool. So you're telling a story here, right? Story time?
Yeah.
Question. What is the story about? This one.
So that one, let me see if I can look closely. Yeah, so that one was about when I was on a tour one time, and they passed the equal marriage legislation in the United States, and there was an impromptu parade where all these people had begun to like disrobe and walk through the street.
Was this like 2016?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's the second story, which is we were on the top of a bus in a rainstorm, and a man had gotten trapped in a plastic rain poncho, and we had to like rip it off of his head.
So there's two stories in one video.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is great. I feel like for this, my recommendation would be this title here. Story time. Man gets trapped in a poncho. Something plastic poncho. Crazy stories as a New York tour bus guide. Something like that as a title.
Yeah.
When I click the video, I kind of know what story you're going to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
yeah. I was just going to say, I think you're right. I definitely need to change up the searchability of my titles, I think.
Yeah, because I'm sure you have a great story to tell. But I mean, if someone sees this, I'm sure they'll click it if they see what the story is about. Do you say it in here? After being a New York sightseeing guide for 14 years, there are plenty of. This is amazing. This is like gold mine of stories.
Yeah, I have a lot of like material. I feel like I'm not at a loss for like what to create as far as like putting content out. It's like you say, I have to make it more searchable, and I know I need to. For my latest video, my latest couple of videos, I did putting like the call to action at the start of the video for subscribing and things like that, which I hadn't done in some of my earlier videos when I was sort of learning the ropes a little more.
And then, is most of your videos story time, or they're a little different?
I have another one that's a little different. If you wanted to watch, it's
morality.
Check out the one that's I just uploaded that Pokemon one. But I have if you go to the New Yorker one, it says New Yorkers in classic roles. That's more of like an acting one, or
Where's
like
that?
a skit one. The bottom left-hand corner.
This one?
Yeah, that one's more like skits.
Okay, let's try this one. Real New Yorker takes over. Okay, this is interesting. Okay.
What's going on? Welcome back to Slim Jim
asking before if the main character was from Brooklyn instead of from wherever they're from, generally from New York. Generally from New York City, Brooklyn, New York, you guys may have seen last week's episode where I talked
That's the total New York accent they always do.
Yeah, basically, I do a lot of different, like, famous characters as a Brooklyn guy. Right now is
Does anyone drink coffee at 5 in the afternoon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, at least for me, it's 5. This is
The Matrix. So what you tell?
This is great. This is cool stuff. You're I feel like storytelling. I mean, I feel like that's comedy, right? It's like pretty much storytelling and stuff like that. Again, my biggest recommendation would be to literally go on, like, look at your videos as a catalog and then just start like brainstorming on titles, like really like what, like different word combinations that you can use, nouns, verbs, adjectives that describe the video. And that just by itself will just bump it up. I truly think that.
Awesome.
A lot of people think like it's some huge secret to get a lot of views, but it's literally just helping Google categorize your video in a library of thousands of video. And the more specific you can get, the better chances you will in getting views. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ahmad, question for you. I want you, and if you guys have tips for each other, go ahead. Like, even Ahmad, if you have anything to say about the channel, or if you guys have any, like, feedback, go ahead.
I usually, initially when I started YouTube, I just use whatever words that come to mind whenever I make a title or a description. But as I go along, I learned that like what you said, you really have to strategize your words into your title and your descriptions in order for it to get recognized and it to be included in the recommended videos to other YouTubers. So yeah, I kind of agree with you on that.
Good,
Yeah.
Good point. You just say like I did want to say also word combinations work really well. Like, for example, my main channel Woody it's like Pixar and stuff like that. But I added the Scary Woody, so Scary Woody are two combinations that really got me millions of views. Literally, the only tags I use is Scary Woody. But those two combinations push it up to the top, especially with. So also finding like a unique combination of words for your channel or for your video and stuff.
Yeah, I noticed that whenever I noticed whenever I included the words memes or comedies into the titles, then people tend to click on it to watch it. So I guess that is an example of a combination of words, but I might need to experiment it more.
Yeah, and also, can you remind me? You said something about you create characters with AI or something like that, or can I see a video example of that?
You can just go to my page and just view the amnesia videos, the first 3 videos I uploaded. I'm sorry, the most recent 3 videos I uploaded.
Okay, let me pull that up. Hold on. Cool. So I'm gonna play this.
You're so much bigger. This can't be real. Wake up. Wake up. Tassie, this feels like 6 months. Where the bloody hell are we? What the frickety frack? Yup, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. Our baby? Blub, blub, blub.
Okay, so there, it's like you're playing a game, and then it's giving you text, like you put it into a machine, and it's like a voice that talks.
Yeah, sort of like that. But I had to edit it, so I took a very long time to edit my videos. So that's why I usually come up with videos like once or twice a week. because of all the edits that
Why don't you use your own voice?
because I feel that is. I mean, personally, I can't commentate while I'm playing it. It feels very awkward for me. I've tried it and I can't seem to do it in a way that I feel proud. I don't feel proud of listening to myself commentate.
Okay.
So
So you use this as a way to, like a narration, like a
yes, definitely. I acknowledge my weakness, so I put my own unique spin whenever I play a game, and I put my own unique spin whenever I edit that.
And then also, I've noticed, are you you do a lot of English? Are you specifically targeting English speakers, or like USA, or like is that like a choice that you make?
I speak more comfortably in English, even though it's not my native language. Yeah.
Okay, so that's just your own personal thing. That's pretty cool. That's good. Yeah, I mean, from my own perspective, I would think you being in it is pretty cool. Like even the way we are now, you talking and I think it would be it's a good way where people can actually get to know you, get to know your personality, and even if it doesn't sound perfect, I think it's still fine. People overlook that.
Yeah, maybe if you even just inserted yourself like as a smaller role, maybe for like a small character, and it could kind of be like an Easter egg that was you at one point, and then maybe you could expand from there.
Yeah, I actually did that in the previous video. I mean, the video before this particular one. Yeah, but I just entered myself like just for a few seconds, and yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. You can see in the first few seconds.
So right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that.
Let's see.
All right, you woos. Let's just get out of here. Relax. Try not to lose your head. Oh, you.
Cool, I like that. That's pretty cool. Did you make that?
Yeah, I did.
But first, before we start, type in the Late Gamer in the YouTube search box. Step 1, subscribe to this channel. Step 2, turn the notification bell on for a make video. Hey, you finally found your weapon.
Cool. And then another thing, unless you're going for that like robotic sound, I mean, if you're going for that, then go ahead, don't change it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should try that. Try maybe one where you use your own voice throughout the whole thing.
All right. Okay. I'll try it.
Yeah. Just a suggestion. But any other questions? Any other things you guys want to ask or find out or want to pick each other's brain at?
None so far for me.
Yeah, nothing off the top of my head.
Yeah, so I guess like the main thing, just on my personal experience, would be thumbnails, minimal text. I mean, if you're going to use text in your thumbnail, make sure it reinforces your title. So a lot of people, they put the same thing that they put on the title onto their thumbnail. I would say just like reinforce your title however you can with your thumbnail and stuff like that. And great retention. So make sure if a video does not have to be 10 minutes, make it 3 minutes. Or I would say 3 minutes. Or if it's going to be 10 minutes, make sure it's a good 10 minutes, because the longer it is and the more people click away, the less percentage of retention time you get, right? So, yeah. I guess that's it for now.
Would you say that it's important to maybe front load the video with better content at the start, and then maybe content for more like of your diehard viewers or subscribers later? And thinking about new viewers and audience members seeing your stuff.
Do you mean like putting it all in the beginning of the video?
Well, at least if you feel like, if you had a video and then you think, oh man, like this video really picks up in the second half, and you think to yourself, gosh, like obviously if you're doing something that's narrative, like maybe it's not controllable. It's the second half is just better. But if you're thinking, if you could put an effort creatively to make movies maybe where the narrative structure had the climax come early, or there was you had some sort of bigger draw in the beginning, and the idea of bringing new audience members in. I feel like sometimes my videos, I take a little time to get going, and then I'll be funnier 3 minutes in, and I feel like my retention rate is around the time where I feel like I start to get better. So it's like
So with that, I would say when you do the editing, you would try to bring the highlights into the very beginning of the video, and kind of communicate that this is going to happen later on if you just wait. Within the first 15 seconds, you should have maybe 3 highlights that are going to happen in this video. And it could be as simple as, hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to do this, but stay tuned because at the end I'm going to do this. That took 5 seconds, even just like that. If you don't want to do like editing or do like flash highlights. And then so that when they click, they know what to expect and they're waiting for that moment and they'll actually watch the whole video. And also for comedy, I feel like you're like very narrative driven, which is, I think, great. I think that does so good. When I do like narrative stuff, it gets a lot. The retention rate's super high. From my own experience.
It's been good so far. I'm always trying to just find any way to improve.
And then, man, when there's a video that Google really likes and it starts promoting, it'll take off. I have a friend, he's at 1,000 subscribers, 1,000.3, and he has a video that has 15,000 K in 5 days, and it's all organic. But it's a reaction video, and he added his mom into it. So it's my mom reacts to a certain song, like a certain rock song or something. And he has 15K views. So it's like, wow, good for him, But when Google finds that video, it'll be easy. It just takes time in finding it, and it takes time to find that right space. And when it does happen, you're going to have to create another video just like that one. You know what I mean? If you want to keep that flow going. And then that's where kind of YouTube will put you in a box, because when you try to create something else outside of that, your subscribers won't even care about it. I mean, all of this is from my own experience.
Yeah, I've heard that. Because I personally, my partner loves YouTube and watches a lot of great YouTubers and got me really excited about it, and that sort of kind of re-stoked my my passion for it. But like you say, I've even had watched videos of theirs, people who have millions of subscribers, and they complain how they can't do the content maybe that they would even want to do, because if they do, they're not going to be able to keep up the momentum that they have. They say, this is what I do now because I'm famous for this now, but it's like
weird. You get branded. It's almost as now I get why they want to break that box, but it's I mean, it's part of the game. I feel. I think it's just.
I mean, you can think about it like this: if you end up doing really well at one thing, and you have passion about it, when you get successful enough, you can try it as a hobby. You can be like Michael Jordan and try out. Later on.
Smith, he was like Hollywood, and then he crosses over onto YouTube, and his channel blows up. I mean, those people, he's really good at knowing what he's about and being able to be successful.
Yeah, so I think. Yeah, absolutely. I think that authenticity is really important. Like you even said when you were saying to Ahmad, just like, hey man, just try out a video with your voice, and even if you don't like it, you can practice and you'll get better. And it's everything's a learning process, and people might just like getting to know you the same way. Personally, I've been practicing for years to make my voice sound like deep and melodic like this. But it's
I need to have a deep voice.
Well, it was my day job, so I figured I wanted to sound as good as possible, and I put a lot of practice and effort into it. And I used to, I still do. I have a stutter and I have a lisp, and I have all these speech impediments, and people go, "You have speech impediments?" And I say, "Yeah, I just put practice in so that they're hard to recognize."
Question: if you did tour guide, have you thought of making a channel of like New York City, like neighborhoods and stuff like that? Kind of like
I have,
food, or do
yeah.
you have one?
I haven't started doing that yet. I've done it for so many years. I know that I could do it, and it's funny. There's a friend of mine who has a channel doing exactly that, and he has about like 13,000 followers on his channel. But he's been doing it for maybe 6 or 7 years, the YouTube channel. And it's funny because in the tourism scene, I'm considered to be more of like a senior person to him. But I didn't realize, I wasn't into all the YouTube stuff until recently. I didn't even think about it. I was very, content with just the lane that I was in. So now I'm catching up.
It could be potentially lucrative if you promote businesses or promote certain type of services with your travel guide videos.
Yeah, I think it could be a good thing. Like it's funny. I have like small celebrity fame in New York, but I know that if I was able, I don't know how to like capitalize on that. Like I can go to all these places and people are like, "Oh, it's him," but then I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm like not making any money from this." So
Yeah.
I've seen people the same way where they've had that thing and they go, "Oh, look, I'm almost there," but they sort of need to figure out how to make it all come together.
Super interesting, though. That is where you're at. It's really interesting space. Ahmad, you were gonna say something. I'm sorry, I cut you off. What were you gonna say?
No, I just felt that, yeah, I mean, Slim Jim is right. I just need to practice more. I mean, nothing good. I mean, no one can do, I mean, certain stuff in the first try. So yeah, I just feel awkward just speaking in front of the camera without any audience or without any other person. So that adds to the awkwardness. So yeah, I agree that I should be practicing more on this if I want to include myself in my videos.
Yeah, or I would even say, don't wait till you're perfect. Just start now, and eventually you'll be there. You'll be where you want to be with speech or with however you want to present yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I mean, I can honestly tell you're not wrong, because even just for me transitioning to YouTube, like I've been doing stand-up comedy for about 8 years, and I would much rather walk onto a stage with 150 people in the audience or 1,000 people in the audience. And to me, that's easier than standing in front of the camera with just like my wife sitting there, like and she's like reading, and I'm trying to like perform. That's so much
Really?
nerve-wracking for me.
So the camera by itself gets you nervous versus 1,000 people who have real reactions.
Yeah, because if they're reacting in the moment, you can connect with them in the moment, and
True.
So if you say something that's funny or just that's relatable, and you can look at their face and you can see them connect, like you can take that energy that they're putting out and you can grab that energy and you can like use it, and then you can improve your own performance. And
True.
I find that the wave, like when you get good at performing, like you ride the wave. If you get on the wave, people give you the energy and you just like take off. And the best performers you see, like they get in a great room and they can just use all that. I mean, really, really great performers can come in with no energy and still do really well. I personally, I'm a person where I need like the audience to be giving me something back, which is why I feel like the struggle, like you do, Ahmad, the same way of like, it's just a device. Like I'm looking into a device. Like it's just a piece of equipment, and I'm in, and there's like no time, space. Like I'm just here doing it, creating, and it's so strange. I'd much rather have the pressure. I'd much rather like I'm in a suit. I'm sweating. There's lights. There's people. Like I have to perform in that moment or nothing. When it's in my house, it's harder.
I can totally agree. I can totally relate with that, because I work in a hospital and I sometimes give speeches to the patients and to the other to my audience, and it feels natural. But when I'm in front of the camera and there's no one around, it feels like you said, it feels strange, it feels awkward. So yeah.
Very interesting. I'm the other way around, 100%. Put a camera in front of me, and I become this extremely extroverted person. But put a crowd in front of me, and I'm just like, hi. I'm just like the most awkwardest person in the world. But
Maybe maybe it's because I'm used to giving speeches when I was in my university, and I'm sort of, yeah, I'm good. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm good with it, but I'm more comfortable with it.
I find that videos like that, where a person is in a crowd and they're speaking, but someone is recording, they tend to do really well because the person watching kind of feels the energy of the place, and that's something you don't get anymore with just like a talking head. So that could be an advantage. Maybe create stuff that are live and capture it on video and post it on YouTube. Like
That
you
is
always see
right.
those talks, like those TED Talks where you're in the live audience, but it's really nicely recorded, and they get like 10 million views on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea, and I didn't even think about it. I'm definitely gonna think about writing that one down. I have actually a question, Joey, for you. How long have you been, would you say, like putting effort forward into creating, not just like video content, but like social media and like and making that into something that is like a priority for you?
Like social media, I would say though maybe 2017 is when I really kind of doubled down on it, focused on it. Um, and also when I focused on my channel too. I've been creating since 2006. I mean, since I was in high school, like ninth grade, when YouTube first came out. But I went to the first VidCon in LA 2010 with all the small YouTubers back then. It was like Shane Dawson, and they were just like regular, 100K YouTubers hanging out at the conference. I remember the culture, what it was like. It was all about community. It was all about like expressing yourself and just being genuine. And I remember vlogging. Vlogging was weird. Nobody did that, stuff like that. But your question is, I started focusing on 2017, 2018. I did like a few test videos, and I realized that maybe the quality isn't really the most important thing, but actually the story and the content. So I took this crazy picture. I put Woody in a blender, and I'm like, okay, if this is what my audience wants, I'm going to test it out. So I put Woody in a blender, and I said, will he talk? That's it. And then I just took a picture with my camera, and the whole video is me just kind of torturing Woody that I'm going to put him in the blender. Horrible lighting, horrible sound, but that's the purpose. I didn't want to put too much effort. It got 2 million views. So it's like, I realized that the most important thing, at least for me, what worked was kind of creating that curiosity with the thumbnail and the title, and kind of like bringing the audience in. So then that's kind of what made my channel. It's just like Woody and Pixar and stuff like that. Now, if I do anything outside of that, nothing.
I think you sort of tapped into the beauty of like Gen Z and Gen Z sort of, because I feel like they're definitely the future of, at this point, definitely, before obviously there's a next generation behind them, but the future of content creation media right now. And they have a totally different sensibility than millennials and Gen X and everyone. Like, you're right, Gen Z does not care about production value. Because they grew up with good production value. Like when they were little, things were really high res. So for them, that's not important. You're right, content is important to them. Story is important to them. When we were young, the resolution was so low. So for us, like graphics and things like that, and resolution still is important. Like for me, when I see great graphics, I get really excited. And for them, they're like, oh, I'm going to play Minecraft. And I'm like, oh, I can't play that because it's graphically, it brings me back to a time in my life I don't want to go back to.
So interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting view. I've never thought of it that way.
I mean, yeah. Like if you watch music videos and you look at the fashion of Gen Z, like they're rejecting a lot of the things about millennials and then accepting like the things that we didn't like. Like I look at the way that Gen Z dresses now, and they dress the way that like geeks dressed in like the 90s. Or like, you know, like girls will wear like dad clothes from the early 90s now. And I'm like,
So interesting, right?
yeah, and I'm like, why is she wearing that giant pair of pants? And then and my wife was like, oh, that's you know, that's like their thing now. They they do everything like the opposite.
It has like an 80s feel or like a 90s, maybe early 90s, 80s feel.
Yeah.
You get that?
Yeah, they totally love they love the 80s. They love the 80s stuff, and they love the early 90s stuff. They love all that really poppy color stuff. They don't like grunge, and they don't like but they the stuff that they latch onto. I'm telling you, man, it's like that Vine, TikTok generation, that sort of content. Like that's, I feel like I need to try to translate some of my material, because I know personally my comedy really works well for like old people. Like when I perform for like boomers, I do so well, but they're not on the internet. Or at least they're not truly
Yeah,
watching.
they are. They're on Facebook.
Yeah, they're on Facebook. They're on Facebook, but they're not like they're not quite on YouTube. They're like just getting on YouTube now.
They always send me like these YouTube videos or these Facebook videos. Watch this. It's the truth. It's like they really believe it and stuff.
They're exactly. So if I need to get into just making fake conspiracy videos.
Oh yeah, they'll find you. Say something crazy.
That's actually not a bad idea. Like like not flat Earth, but how many sides of Earth are there? You know.
So Ahmad, you are from where again? Malaysia?
Yeah, I'm from Malaysia.
What city?
It's an island actually. It's Penang Island. I don't know whether you've heard of it. No, it's
Is there like YouTuber, like influencers out there? Like, is there like big? What's that like the whole YouTube world or internet world?
There are quite a number of influencers out here. Not necessarily YouTube, maybe TikTok and Instagram, but there are quite a lot. Yeah. But I haven't been really following the trends lately. I mean, I don't know who's famous, and I don't know who's doing what. I don't know who's famous at the moment. So yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting to see how like in different parts of the world, there's like different like influencers rising up and stuff like that. And they're all part of YouTube or they're all part of TikTok and they're all whatever.
And like what Slim Jim said, it's mostly Gen Z nowadays.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Gen Z, man, they're interesting. They're super cool. But anyways, guys, so we are literally finishing up here. Any final things you guys want to say before we close out here?
Nothing much from me. Just I got a lot of information from you, and both from you and from Slim Jim. I mean, I wasn't expecting this much feedback and this much input. And yeah, I would like to thank both of you for all the information and advice you have given to me today.
Cool, man. Yeah, for sure. I really hope you get a lot of views and subscribers, and yeah,
Thanks,
I want to see you grow.
Yeah, man. Actually, since I got in a tiny bit late, what was the name of your channel? I want to subscribe.
Yeah, the Late Gamer.
Yeah. The Late Gamer. All right, absolutely. Yeah, the same way. I wanted to thank you guys a lot for having me, and for all the feedback that you gave as well. It was a really positive experience. I really am enjoying, interacting with the community of creators, and it's something that, I come, like I say, from the comedy world where I'm seeing people at nightclubs and bars late night, and it's a totally different idea. But I really love the idea of networking and creating a community of positive people, like-minded individuals that, together we're always going to do better than we are going to be apart. So yeah. I do really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll check your channel out after my breakfast. It's 6:30 a.m. here. It's 7:30 a.m.
Did you get coffee too?
Yeah, I'm planning to get some coffee later, and I'll check both of your channels out actually.
Awesome.
Cool, guys. Thank you guys for coming on. Let's stay in touch. I do have a group I'll add you. I think I sent you guys a link, but let's really stay in touch. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for everything. See
Thank
you
you.
guys later.